So welcome to Boxing Media Hub, proudly in partnership with Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat. And with me now, one of my favourites, and he's going to think, why the hell is he saying that for? Because do you know what? I love watching Louis fight. He's a tough, heart on a sleeve, goes out there week in, week out and gives everything he's got. And that's why I love him. That's why I'm putting it out there. Love's a strong word, but I genuinely do. This is Louis Smithson. How you doing, Louis?
Oh, good, mate. Thank you. It's a nice little introduction there. Love that.
I'll end it there.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. Honestly, it's a pleasure to have you on again, mate. And like Sammy said, SWS Boxing. Yes, Joel. Yes, Louis. And Ra as well. Big up. Hope you had a good Christmas. Louis Smithson, what a legend. Mate, it's pouring in. Look. Jabbit Boxing, evening lads. Hope you both had a good Christmas. How was your Christmas, Louis? A good one?
Yeah, no, it was nice. Like I said, I thought it was going to be a nice, relaxing one, and then like I said, I got a text from Johnny. What you doing on February the 9th? So it turned into a little bit of a better watch how many roast potatoes I have. But no, it was good. It was nice Christmas. It was good. So I've still got a good amount of time. But yeah, like spending time with family and friends is sort of one of my favourite things to do, and Christmas is sort of the best time for that. So I had a good one. What about yourself? Did you have a good one?
Well, I was going to say, did you actually watch how many roast potatoes you ate, or did you? You didn't, did you?
Nah. To be fair, when you get the day before weighing, it's not too bad. I don't blow up too bad. So yeah, no, I didn't have to watch it too much.
Are you looking at someone for confirmation next to you?
Yeah, no. Luckily, I'm on my own. I'm just looking at my subconscious over here, thinking,
I thought you were looking over and someone else is going.
Yeah, you got too many.
Oh, mate, brilliant! Big up, Joel and Louis. Merry Christmas, both. By the way, mate, I had a cracking one. It was it was just nice to not be at work. To be perfectly honest.
That's it. Really. The only period really boxers do get is like Christmas. Nothing really happens sort of December, like sort of mid-December to the end of January. So that is sort of the only period they get to sort of enjoy themselves, really. So it's nice to just sort of relax a little bit. But yeah, obviously February all the shows start, so you got to be a bit careful.
Yeah, cut off the roasties, mate. Håkan, all the way from Sweden. Big up, Joel and Louis. Happy New Year, both. Look at this. Jam's already jumping straight in. Let's get on with it. Smithson versus Smith. Gonna be a war. Do you know much about Harvey? Really nice lad, to be fair.
I actually think I don't know if it was his debut or something like that.
It was the same night as you against Boardman.
Yeah, because I actually went into because obviously Morgan was fighting that night. So straight after my fight, I went into the sort of home fighters changing rooms, and he was in there warming up and everything. And I think I said hello to him and that. He's a nice enough fella. It just happens that we're fighting now. Do you know what I mean? I think he fought at bantamweight maybe that night. Could be wrong.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, because ours was at super bantam. I think he might have fought a bantamweight that night, so it wasn't too much on my because I said I'm not going to go down to bantamweight again. It was too sort of low for me. So he weren't really on my radar, but obviously I saw him in the change rooms. I think I said hello to him, whatnot, but that was sort of it. Didn't really pay much attention.
You said hello, pissed him off, and now you've got a fight.
Now we're fighting. Yeah.
No, he's a really nice kid, and I'll tell you now, the atmosphere will be ridiculous. The following he's got already, and they all bark. So when you come out, you'll hear them keep constantly going like during the fight as well. It's a weird, but he's just got a crowd coming with him, and I think he's had 3 fights, I think. So, mate, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a cracking fight, and
I think he's free. He's 3-0, but even with that the last one with Boardman, he brought a lot of people there, and
They're both really popular.
Yeah, people have said to me, "Oh, what's it like when you go there and there's like not so many people for you, but there's people for them?" And to be honest, when you're in there, you don't really hear that. You hear just sort of a buzz. It's like a buzz. That's the best way
Yeah,
to describe it. It's just like a humming noise. So whether they're for you, whether they're for them, it's just nice to have people in there making noise. It doesn't necessarily matter if it's for you or for them. So I'm happy he's got a following. I'm happy there's going to be people there that are going to be watching it. That's what it's, you wouldn't really want to fight in an empty room, to be honest. So whether they're for
yeah.
you or for them, it's just nice for people to be in there watching, making a bit of noise. So yeah, I'm glad he's got a bit of a following.
No, cool. And Louis, I was at a show, and another journeyman said you should find a new hobby. What's your plan in this game?
Yeah, I mean, after the last fight, um, I had a sort of the past month or so. I had a bit of a chat with myself. My dad was a former professional boxer, and he sort of also, he doesn't really like it. And I just thought about him, and I thought about the way it was all sort of going. Because after the fee fight, I got stopped. I never in sparring. I could go forever, and when I got stopped with that, it surprised me. And then with the Boardman fight, I thought, right, that one was 2, 3 weight classes above what I usually fight at. Shouldn't have done it. I was unfit. And then I come back with a Boardman, and I thought, look, that was me at 60%. Wasn't
Mhm.
majorly in good shape. I've been on holiday. I was fit enough, and I got through that. Like I said, he threw everything but the kitchen sink at me, and I'd never felt in trouble. And then with that Joel Miller, the last one, that was the biggest pain for me. We drove up there, Charles, my manager and trainer, we drove up there 6 hours, weighed in same day, and then the show was postponed by like 2 hours. Um,
Yeah,
and then obviously fought, and I just didn't want to be there. And then surprisingly, that same night was the night that Sonny Edwards, we watched that on the way back, and he was like, "I just don't want to be here." And I was like, that was what I felt like. But I love this sport. I love it. And after that, I did think for 2 weeks. I thought, oh, look, you have to give everything to this game. It's not like football where you can rely on other people. When you're in the
yeah,
ring, even with your trainers and your managers, and that once you're in there, it is you in there. You're the
yeah,
only one who's taking them shots. So it's not all fun and games when you're in there. You can't really blag it. So when when I got out, I just thought the drive home was 6 hours, and even in that 6 hours, I was just thinking to myself, like, do I want to do this? It is tough. Like, I can't be if I want to go down. I don't like the journeyman phrase. I don't like that because I think it's sort of derogatory on what they are. They're tough guys who go and fight week in, week out, and it sort of puts a dampener on them to say that. But did I want to go down that route? So I had a little chat with myself, and the past 3 weeks I've been thinking, and then Johnny offered me that fight, and I was thinking, do I want to do it? It's another tough kid. I watched him, but I do. And then I said, look, kick yourself up the arse, start giving it instead of giving it sort of half-assing it, doing what you think, just ticking by, getting in there. At
mhm,
least if you're going to take these fights, at least give a good account of yourself and of your gym, because I was just sort of not giving a good account of myself, not giving a good account of my gym. So that's what I'm going to at least give a good account of myself, and I don't want to be getting stopped and all this stupid stuff, because I know that that's not me. I'm tougher than that, and I deserve myself to give a better account of myself, and my gym deserve that from me as well. So that's just sort of kick myself up the arse, took the fight, and then I got 6 weeks to prove that.
yeah. And what I will say is, though, I think you're giving yourself a bit of a hard time, Louis,
Yeah,
because that Boardman fight, I'm going to go back to it, because that was, as I say, a tough night. He
yeah,
literally threw everything from every angle,
I know.
and body shots, and I could see that you were feeling some. I could see it, but
Yeah,
the grind that you've got, that you were just talking about, is where you sit differently. Is
yeah,
you really stuck it. You really stuck in there. You threw back. You gave a really good account of yourself. And I actually came out of that fight. I congratulated Boardman, really nice lad as well.
Mm,
But I just thought to myself, do you know what? Louis come out with credit in that
yeah.
because everyone just thought that you take a bit and not necessarily you, but people roll over. That they
Mm,
feel the pain. They think, oh, sod this. Why do I need to take?
yeah.
Why do I need to take all that? And everyone round ringside just turned around and went, "That Louis got nuts. He's got nuts." And
I
that's
know.
what you want. But that's what you
Well,
want. That's
I think
job done.
I think that is why sort of Johnny has me back on the top tier shows because it's rare that he sort of repeats the same people. Like I think he's sort of made it a thing as well that he doesn't want the repeat of the same. Do you know what I mean? The same fighters, but even after that, sort of you can see it when you watch it back as well. You can see he like says well done to Danny Boardman, and then he sort of calls me over and he come in. He's like,
Yeah.
I can't believe you stuck it in there for that because he
What are you
literally
doing?
for yeah, he's like that. He's like, I can't believe it. And then just sort of even on the way out, sort of the only people that come up because I didn't really want anyone there anyways because I knew it was going to be a tough test. I knew I was like, I don't know what way it's going to go. Like even going into it, I thought like I got to play it a bit. Um, like I don't know. I really do not know what way this is going to go. Is he because he was saying I'm going to blast him out. I've got to blitz him, and I knew he was going to come on strong. Um, and then yeah, after the fight, even his own sort of supporters, it took me 20 minutes to get out of the venue because they were like, "Well done, like fair play. Can't believe you've done that." I was talking to him for a while, and like a few of his mates, and he was like, "Oh, I can't believe that." He's like, I literally threw everything at you there," and I was like, "Yeah," and that was sort of I needed that to prove to myself after that fee
Yeah.
fight, and then I sort of that, but that's what annoyed me with the what happened after was because I sort of fell back into this stupid. I just relied on toughness, and I shouldn't have done that. And yeah, so now I want to get back into that mentality of I'm not relying on toughness anymore. I'm going to give it 150%. And I always said I'll always come to win, but I just sort of wanted to get through them fights, and then it just didn't. You can't do that in this game. You can't just be like, right, I'm going to get through a fight. You need to prepare to win and come to win, and that's the mentality I have to be in anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've got to take 2024 as lesson learned.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
going to 2025, as you say, with a different mentality, you've got two fights lined up already. As I say, Harvey,
Yeah,
it's going to be a cracking fight. And then you've picked another lad.
mm.
Is it Ogaz?
Yeah,
Um, which will be a tough fight, both six rounders.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and what?
One's a weight above. I think one of them's like feather, one's super bantam. So different weights. But that's what I'm here for. I want these good. I want these sort of tougher tests. I don't want to just be yeah. Whoever the journeyman was who said find a different hobby. It it's if it is a journeyman, you don't know who it is, but um, it's a job you learn on the job. It doesn't matter what you. If you're a journeyman, you learn on the job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You can't just say that. Like most journeymen, if you look at them, they're at the start, they're getting stopped, they're getting this, they're getting that, they're winning, they're losing, they're winning, they're losing. It's one of them things you don't just turn over and go, I'm going to be a journeyman. It's not. It's very
yeah,
rare that is. When you look at all
yeah,
these top journeymen, top. Well, I don't like calling them journeymen, but when you look at these top fighters, like even Jake Pollard, who
yeah,
got the win over me, you look at his early career, it was like you get stopped at the beginning because you're finding your feet about what weight you need to be fighting at, how you need to be fighting, and for someone when you get stopped a few times early on, for someone, especially when you're taking the fights that I'm taking, which is against prospects that are 4-0, 5-0, that are good prospects that are most likely going to be doing big things. You're finding your feet. So when people turn around and say things like that, it's like, do you really know what you're talking about? Because
yeah, yeah,
you need to find your feet. You need 2 or 3 years to find your feet to find out what weight you're going to be at, what level of people you want to be fighting. So unless it's someone who is just starting out already found their feet but are forgetting what they had to do to begin with. I don't pay attention to things like that. So, and I don't like the
Yeah.
term journeyman. I don't like calling people like Jake Pollard and Sean Jackson, who I spoke to a couple of times. He was on the same show. Who are nice guys who have gone down that route. Like, I don't pay attention to a lot.
No, fair shout, mate. And Dale Arrowsmith, prime example as well. Dale's grafted, isn't he?
Yeah,
And he's had to find his feet, and you find what works for you. And
yeah,
over
exactly.
time, when you've fought different styles of fighters, you then know how to come in against a different
Yeah,
fighter. It's not just a case of you show up, you see how you get on, and do you know what I mean?
yeah,
You guys are in there to win as well.
exactly.
If there's a chance to upset the apple cart, you'll take it,
Yeah.
won't you, Louis? Let's be
Well,
honest.
yeah, but I'm never going to go in there just to say that I'm just going to, I'm getting a paycheck and I'm going to roll over. That's never going to be, that's
Yeah.
just not the way that I'm going to be. I'm always going to
Right.
come to win. And if I can get a bit of money and then come to win, upset people, then I'm going to do that. I don't care if it upsets people. It's a selfish sport and I'm there for myself. And
Yeah.
if I can get a win, I'm going to get that win. I'm never going to come to lose because I think you're robbing the public as well. You can't just go there and be like, right, I've paid 50 quid or whatever to come and see this fella win. That's not how it should be. You want to watch someone and see a good fight, whether your matey loses or wins. It's as long as you've seen a good fight. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about for me. So I'm not going to roll over for the sake of people paying money to come and see someone win. I'm always gonna come to win for myself.
No, 100%, Louis. And where were we? There's plenty here. Smith versus Smithson, going to be great. Big up, mate. That'll be a fun one. Says right in Yogi. Big shout out to her. Yeah, there's everyone's chatting here, mate. What a start to the year with those two fights. Big up all my lovely boxing friends. Yeah, is the Harvey Smith fight at Bantam. I think that was the one.
No, so the first one, so Harvey Smith is at Super Bantam,
And the other one's.
and then I think I don't know how you say his first name.
Yeah, don't try and get me on this one. I know what you're up to.
He's at feather, so they're weight class difference, and I think they're 2 weeks apart. So, yeah, so
You'll
not
do it,
bantam,
mate.
super bantam. Oh yeah, no, that's that. Yeah, and the first one's the I'm reading the comments as you go. I know.
Yeah, good on you, Louis.
Yeah,
Ignore the naysayers, and
yeah. Luckily,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know
100%.
if it's just confidence or delusion in myself, but I've got a great ability to just ignore people. So
That's a good title. Road
yeah,
Warrior. Road Warrior Louis.
yeah,
Take that,
yeah,
mate. That's a good
yeah.
one.
I prefer that to like journeyman. I don't like journeyman, the title of a journey. I just think it's like a derogatory term to like people like you said, Dale Arrowsmith and all these people. Like I just don't like that term. Do you know what I mean? They know they're smart boxers when they want to turn it on. These people can.
Yeah.
And like Jake Pollard, for example, when they want to turn it on, they can, and they're not. They're not stupid. They go in week out, fighting good people. So yeah, I hate the term journeyman. I don't know why, but
And what I will say is about Jake. Look at the conditioning that Jake is in. I don't know if you've seen
oh
Jake
yeah,
physique
that's what I
wise. It's
mean. That's what I mean.
unreal.
That's what I
He's
mean.
not gonna put all that work in. And like yourself, you're not gonna
Yeah,
put all that work in to go, do you know what? Yeah, just roll over. You know,
yeah,
Jake Graffs. I know he's got a little boy. Big shout out to Jake if he watches. He's got a little boy. He grafts his arse off to be an advocate for the sport, but to be a role model for his boy.
100%.
He ain't going to go in there and just roll over after all the graft in a gym, all the sparring, all this stuff. He puts his heart and soul into it, like you do, like Dale does. There's a load of guys out there and girls that do it. And do you know what? Hats off to all of you. I've got full respect for all of you. You know, respect on those men who hold the sport together. Journeyman title should have much more respect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
I just read that as well. Yeah, I completely agree. Like it should, because at the end of the day, these are people that fight more like often. They fight all the time. They're on these shows week in, week out, and without them, you wouldn't have a lot of it. So
and while we got it on the screen, a big shout out to the family of Paul Bamber, who sadly lost his life this past week. So love goes out to his family, especially a difficult time of year as well.
yeah.
But yeah, what a career Paul had to win. I think it was WBA gold cruiserweight title.
I saw. I see the picture. I think the picture that I saw was with him with that strap around his waist. So yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. I think it's just when when something bad happens in boxing, and that's sort of one of the main things. Everyone sort of comes together and gives
Yeah,
people credit where credit's due as well. I don't. It doesn't really matter what level you are. If you're a boxer, you're sort of tied to that fraternity, so to speak. So yeah, yes, condolences.
yeah. No.
Horrible time of year for it to have happened.
On this note, quickly, Louis, before we let you go, what is your nickname? Says Sammy at SWS Boxing.
I don't know. I don't have a nickname. I'm not
Come
like a
on.
mass. I just
Right, I'll tell
like
you, Louis, right? We'll put it out there because I had
yeah,
Linus Udofia on, right, years ago. And Linus came on, he said, I haven't got a nickname, right? And we managed to give him Lightning Linus Udofia, right?
yeah.
So do you want to hand it over to the people, Louis, to give
Hand it
you a
over.
nickname?
Hand it over. We'll have a draw, and whatever one I like the best, we'll choose.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it
Uh,
happen.
I've
I'll
never
see
been
what
a
I can
fan.
get and then we'll get you on.
I've never been a fan of the nicknames. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's not been like a thing, but I'll hand it over. I'll let the
Louis the
captain choose.
Lion.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
You don't
know.
like that. That's fine.
I've always found them like I don't know. I've always found them a bit. I don't know.
Cheesy. Bit cheesy.
Maybe the Smasher.
Louis,
I don't know. Yeah, God, I don't know. It sounds a
at
bit. It
least
sounds a
people are,
bit,
at
doesn't it?
least people are saying nice things, Louis.
Yeah, yeah.
Take that, mate.
Uh,
I've had some nicknames over the years and I won't share them. But
as of recent, it might be like Louis the Loser or something, but I'm not going.
not at all, mate. Not at all.
We could
But
go with that
honestly,
for a little bit.
Louis, it's an absolute pleasure having you on, as always. You're a top
Yeah, thank
bloke,
you.
as I say, heart in your sleeve fighter. And do you know what? I love your mentality. You know, you're going into 2025, two tough fights. You know what's ahead of you, but you're going to train well. Put the race potato down and
Yeah,
just crack on, mate. It's great times ahead. You know,
yeah.
and
Thank you for that, mate. And thank you for having me on. Always appreciate like any support, any kind words. Nice to hear. But yeah, no, honestly, 2025 is going to be not just for everyone else, my team, my family, and that, but mainly for myself, just to prove, I deserve to give it to myself. And then obviously you got your team, your family, your friends. They don't want to see you getting beat or getting hurt or anything. So I'm just going to give it 150%. I've said 150% this whole. But after that fight, the drive home was a nightmare for me. I just thought I can't be doing this. So I had a massive chat with myself. Sort of after 2 weeks after, I just had a big chat with myself. If I'm going to do it, it's 150%. The game's not a joke. Do you know what I mean? It's not a joke. So for my family, my friends, my team, but then just mainly for myself, I just deserve to give it my all. And if I'm going to fight, at least give a great account of myself. But
yeah,
coming to win, that's it. So,
no,
but yeah,
people are still
I
going,
appreciate
mate. As long as it's not Big Baby, that one is so odd.
yeah,
Louis the Roadman. That just makes you sound like
yeah.
you're some sort of young lad with a
No,
hoodie on.
no, yeah,
The Can Man. Not quite
yeah.
sure where he's going with that.
Do you know, Johnny put that on there as well, the can man. I don't know if it was like because I was like, when I fight, he's
Louis
gonna
the
get the
Wall.
same treatment. Yeah,
The
Louis the
Wall.
Wall.
I like the Wall.
You can send me the list after when it all ties up and everyone choose. Yeah.
Well, anyone after this video, leave it in the comments as to what you would
Yeah.
give a nickname for Louis. Obviously, I'm only going to give him the night. Well, actually, I'll just give him all of them.
Yeah.
And then we'll stay in touch anyway, Louis. I know we chat anyway, but
Yeah.
I wish you all the best for 2025. Love to you and your family. And yeah, we'll have a catch up soon, mate, with a new nickname.
Same to you. Have a great new year, and we'll definitely catch up in the new year as well.
No problem. You take care, Louis.
Cheers,
And
cheers, mate.
speak to you soon. Thanks,
Speak
mate.
to you soon. Thank you for having me on. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.